And we're off.
Yeah.
We're back after a hiatus.
A brief hiatus. About what, 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks. Just about.
Yeah. That's not so bad, though.
Yeah. I'm back with new, sound effects.
Fucking
That's right.
thing sucks!
Oh, man, Bill O'Reilly.
Classic Bill.
Classic Bill, man.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live!
Fuck it.
Oh, man, I had
One of my
blast.
favorites.
Yeah, that one was good.
And this is the premiere visual
Oh, yeah, the visual component.
podcast.
Yeah,
We're in the 21st century now, Juan.
I guess so, man. I can't
We'll
show my
see.
face, man. I'm gonna do like Slipknot style, you know? Just like
You worried people hunting you down?
yeah, man. The angry mob of the internet. You gotta be, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Gotta be.
Talking that shit, Juan.
I do. I mean, I'm letting. Yeah, man. I can't defend some things I say. So.
You should always be able to defend anything you say, Juan.
I don't have that much conviction. Not anymore.
Well, you should be able to defend it. It doesn't have to be right.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah. Nobody knows what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah, that's true.
Not even
So
the people
anyway.
who think they do.
Dude, I was telling you earlier. I'm gonna go back to this. What I told you earlier today.
Yeah.
When I was, have you heard that phrase? You can't make a little rain without some thunder.
Yeah.
Do you know what that means? The connotation?
Yeah. It means you can, sometimes you got to do things and you're going to shake things up, right? It's just the way of the world.
For me, the connotation was going to the restroom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. A little bit more crude.
So I'm vulgar as hell. But yeah, like, so today for some
We both are.
reason, dude, that shit smelled, dude. Like it smelled like sulfur. Like I was just, most guys, I don't know if ladies do this, but when you have
they
to
do.
pee, sometimes you let out a little gas, right?
Mhm.
So, hence the phrase, you can't have a little rain without some thunder, right? So I was doing my business, and then, what do you know? Like, it smells like a sulfur mine. And I'm like,
That's
damn,
fucking
what am
gross.
I eating, dude? I'm like, damn, man, am I stressing out my body? Look, I'm drinking this fucking Monsters and shit. And
There you go. That's the
actually,
culprit.
It's not too bad, dude. This is good for you.
I don't know if anybody wants to hear about your farts.
No, I think it's for the it's like a icebreaker. You know what I'm saying?
It's breaking something.
Yeah, man. Damn, man. The news. What have you missed so far? Like the past 2 weeks.
Oof. We've missed some shit, man. So I guess actually not in the past 2 weeks, but I was reading up a couple days ago about the whole Julian Assange thing.
Who's that? It sounds like a member of NSYNC. Who's that?
Remember of NSYNC?
Who is
Julian, that kind of does, doesn't it?
Julian Assange. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Is that One Direction or something?
No, I wish. Julian Assange is one of the, I don't know if you'd call him whistleblower.
Yeah, he was a whistleblower in the Obama era, right?
Yeah, I don't know if he's a whistleblower, though. I forget the definition of whistleblower. But he's the guy who essentially started WikiLeaks
Right.
and kind of exposed the government of the atrocities that they committed in, Iraq and Afghanistan and just some other things like Hillary's emails. He's the one who exposed that and other things.
Yeah, I think his whole thing, if I remember correctly, was like the Climate Gate thing. Do you remember that?
No.
Where there are multiple correspondences between different officials in the UN talking about climate change, and it was kind of like a conspiracy. The conspiratorial people of the right kind of ran with it and were like, see, there's evidence it's all fake, it's all a political plot.
Right.
Well, more Alex Jones than anyone else.
Yeah, of course.
But this is all a scheme, okay? They're turning the frogs gay.
Beautiful impression, Juan.
Yeah, I've been working on my impressions, man.
Have you?
Yeah, I've been working on Hannibal Buress.
Oh, give me a Hannibal.
Yeah. Hold on, I have to make sure. Hey, man.
I'm Hannibal Buress.
No.
It's one of those
All I
impressions.
got is the, hey man. No, wait, shit. Let me see. I have to.
Been working on it hard
I have
enough.
to iterate. Hey man. That's all I got. Because the
That's
way
the
he
worst
says
impression I've ever
"hey
heard.
man" a certain way.
Yeah, he does.
Hey man.
No.
That's it.
No.
Hey man. I can't do it. I lost it. Too much pressure. Too much
Yeah.
pressure on the spot.
You got to work on that.
Well, I just got performance anxiety, man. That's what
That's
it is.
okay.
No, anyway, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, Julian Assange, what about him?
Yeah, so there was a release of some document apparently saying that he is a court case, or he's being what do you call it? Tried or charged. He's being charged. And it wasn't supposed to come out, but apparently it's on the records now, which gives people to believe that somehow they anticipate in catching Julian Assange at some point. And I don't know if you know, but the whole deal with Julian Assange, what he kind of he was in London and was going to get tried for some charges or something, and the Ecuadorian embassy allowed him to stay over there to kind of evade those charges, just so the government couldn't, lock him up away forever for the things that he did. And yeah, I believe he's still at the Ecuadorian embassy, and he's just kind of camping out there, waiting, hoping that the British aren't going to arrest him as soon as he steps foot outside, which is probably what's going to happen if he does.
Yeah.
And I think I read somewhere that apparently the Ecuadorians want him out of the embassy.
Damn. Why?
So they're trying to do dealings or something with the British government. I'm not sure. I didn't do enough research.
He's like, he does not shower. He does not shower very much.
I think he might be kind of a nuisance or something.
He say he depressed, but we just know he's stinking up the place, and every time he call house service, he don't answer. So British, do what you want. Yeah, man, I don't know.
I think they might be trying to do a deal just because, like they might just have him there and they're just like, we're sick of him. He's a bargaining chip. We can get something we want, I could see that too.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if like for what crimes is he going to be charged?
Well, they found him with some, I think, sexual. I don't even want to say because I don't want to get it wrong.
That was the problem, right? The Obama administration, when he leaked some information about surveillance.
Just about the government.
Spying surveillance against the citizens or whatever.
That was Snowden, I think, is what you're thinking.
Oh, that was Snowden?
Of. Yeah, because he was the guy who exposed the NSA.
Right. Yeah. That's true.
Julian Assange was the guy who exposed like some atrocities of war.
I see. Yeah. So I just don't know what he would be tried with in the sense of, or why they would want to. Maybe I know that they were trying to conjure up charges of sorts. I think
yeah, they were looking for things, but he had some things on the books. That's the thing. So they were able to get him on those, and then, carry his sentence out further, through that. That was their plan. But they didn't get to because he, fled to the embassy in London.
He should just move to, damn, what other country would... I mean, I don't know. Like, why don't you just serve the time then?
Because he's an enemy of the state or an enemy of the nation.
He's not coming to the U.S., obviously. Like, he's never coming back. But
when
I'm
you're
saying,
at that level of notoriety, they'll do shit to you that you probably don't want to have done to you.
I see what you're saying. You're saying if the British... I see. If the British get a hold of him, they're
because they could extradite him to the U.S. Yeah, and then he's completely fucked. Like, we don't know what Julian is anymore. Meanwhile, he's in Guantanamo Bay getting fucking pitchfork up his ass. Whatever the hell they do over there.
Waterboard.
Yeah, waterboard, quote unquote. Actually, that shit's already bad enough, I'm sure.
Waterboarding?
Yeah, because it's like simulated drowning. Could you imagine being drowning just for hours in a day?
That would suck. That's traumatic.
Yeah. That's like PTSD inducing for sure.
Yeah, fuck you up, man. I don't know. I mean, he's in quite the conundrum. He shouldn't have done it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm glad he did
handle
it.
the crime. Can't do the time. What was it? What do they say?
If you can't do the crime, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
we fucked that up.
I don't know. I'm surprised Obama was as like. I know it seems like I criticize Obama a lot, but it's more because I was cynical after he got elected because he was kind of like perpetuated.
Change.
Yeah, he kind of perpetuated a lot of the things that he railed against. So, but I mean, it's kind of par for the course kind of thing, right? So,
I'll give anything for Obama though now.
Oh, I mean, comparatively,
Yeah.
I think in a lot of ways, I think he's a lot. I think he might be a lot easier to work with. Like, he's a lot more rational because you can work with somebody who's rational.
Yeah, intelligent people can make informed decisions.
Right. But yeah, obviously Trump. He's kind of.
I didn't give a shit about politics when Obama was in office.
But that's kind of the problem too. A lot of people like slept
yeah,
on like Obama. Like they kind of let their ideals fall to the wayside because, or
yeah,
fall
they're
to
like
the
he's
side.
doing most things right, and they're just like,
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, and that's kind of my problem with like any party really. Like, they don't stick to their guns once they're in office, right? Like they don't really hold any real principles once.
I think
once they're in
Obama
power.
probably did as good of a job as he could, minus some of the NSA kind of stuff. But then again, I don't know how much power he had to really control the NSA, because it was being built during the Bush era.
Right, he got the last 4 years of it. Is that
Yeah,
kind of what,
so it's like if it's already an infrastructure that's been built,
yeah.
what else can he do but support it? He's the president. He can't just dismantle it.
Well,
I guess maybe he
Congress.
could,
Well,
I don't know.
the problem is like Congress kept pushing the support for it, right?
Yeah.
So they kept re-signing or not reappropriating, but you get the point. They just kept rolling over the Patriot Act every time, and I mean, he could have easily like not signed the Patriot Act again to renew it for another 4 years.
Right.
But at this point, we're in perpetual war, right? With I think this has been the longest war that the U.S. has been in the Middle East.
Probably.
20 years going on, maybe.
Jesus.
So
it's true, isn't
almost 20 years. But yeah.
It's so long.
Yeah, that's fucking long. And I mean, I don't know, man. It's kind of. I honestly don't know what Julian is. If I was Julian Assange, I would maybe hope to. It's kind of hard to like go anywhere at this point and really do anything. You're kind of fucked. He's kind of in a position where he either has to go with an enemy of the U.S. and then make him look even worse. Because I'm pretty sure
he already is with Ecuador. I don't know if they're an enemy of the U.S., but I imagine they are. Since
I imagine they're
so
impartial.
quickly.
More than
Maybe though, but they took him. Like, if you take somebody who is an enemy of your state, you're probably their enemy. I would imagine.
Well, what if there's I don't know. There are multiple nations that are kind of like, we're impartial.
But it's a
to
lot of
whatever's
responsibility to take on. It's basically you're giving the middle finger to the U.S. saying, fuck you, we'll take him.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ecuador is probably
I don't know.
Well within their reasons. They probably have a list of reasons why they do it.
I just don't know anything about that nation, so I can't speak on it really.
I mean, I can't either, but I know the U.S. has meddled a lot in Latin American countries. So
yeah, exactly. They've meddled in everything, so we have many enemies, I'm sure.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I can see that they might have multiple reasons to probably do that, but
yeah,
I don't know if I was Julian, man. I'd probably turn myself in.
Yeah, good luck.
Just be like taking a, I would hope the UN maybe like appeal to the UN and say, hey, I don't think it's.
The UN is the U.S., bro.
Yeah,
we pay
but
the majority of money so that we have more control over the UN.
No, I know. It's kind of
the U.S. is everything, man.
Yeah, I know. The UN is like one of those weird flexes,
Yeah, we don't give a fuck about UN. They have no power over us.
Well, with Trump in the actually, this is a good move if he did this with Trump on the fucking helm, right? So he can go to the UN and be like, look, if I go to Trump, he's gonna fucking kill me, or something. Or I mean, he doesn't have to be that dramatic, but like he can sort of use their anti-Trumpness to his factor, because then maybe they can say something like, no, now we stand with Julian Assange because fuck Trump, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. But I think the UN also tries to take an impartial stance on many like gray area affairs like that.
Mm-hmm.
The UN can take more hard stances on things that are clear, cut and dry, like crimes against humanity. But I think they tend to stay away from things like this because it's like
internal kind of thing.
Because like Julian Assange is like illegally published like classified documents.
Right.
Or I don't know if they were classified. They could have been declassified, but
sensitive
it's like a gray area,
right?
you see. So I think they can't really take a hard line stance on that kind of thing because then that's a dangerous precedent. Because then you could do that with other nations, and it's not. Then the UN becomes less of a neutral body in many senses.
Well, then what's the point of the UN? No,
yeah, they're kind of useless.
No. I mean, if I agree. I think in any other instance, had it not been Trump, I think maybe they would have taken that route. But with people being, I mean, he got laughed at while he was at the UN delivering a speech. I can't imagine that they wouldn't be a little bit sympathetic towards him at this point. Not Trump, I'm talking about
Julian Assange.
Yeah, so...
Well, Trump is kind of almost separate from this thing, though. Because Trump isn't even the guy who was pushing for it. Obama was the one who wanted Julian Assange.
Yeah.
Trump actually said he loved Julian Assange because he exposed Hillary's emails.
Right, at the time.
Every time she got ahead in the polls, Julian Assange released something about her emails. So Trump, I love WikiLeaks. I love this WikiLeaks guy.
I love anything that leaks. Anything.
Yeah. Yeah. And then as soon as they publish his P-tape.
I hate leaks.
Yeah.
Yellow leaks, I don't like them.
I never liked this Julian. He's always been a bad actor. Bad hombre.
Yeah, bad hombre. He hangs out with Ecuadorians. I don't like Ecuadorians. Worst food.
Yeah.
Dude.
Terrible people. Rapists. Murderers.
They're 90% of the caravan. They probably built the caravan. I mean, let's be real. You probably have thousands of people in one caravan. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. It's kind of, I don't know. I just feel bad for him because I know that Obama kind of, he was being kind of petty. But I can't understand. I can understand the position that he's
hard,
in.
Though,
right?
yeah. He's in a shitty spot, I think.
Yeah, if I was Obama, I mean, the Republicans would fucking nail you on a cross already. Like they're already nailing you on a cross, but then if you don't go after an enemy of the state in terms of intelligence,
Yeah. Like I feel like Obama not president would have been for Julian.
Right.
But Obama president is like he almost has a duty to still do it because
well, yeah, I mean, it's all. I mean, I know that
I don't know.
Our intelligence agencies are still political, right? They're not political. Like there are people in the government, in intelligence agencies that lean one way or another, right?
Well, everybody.
Sure. Yeah. And the kind of thing is that I imagine he wants to be on the good side of some people. If your intelligence agency,
and he is just a duty.
What do you mean?
As a president, he's the leader of a nation. So if something is seen as illegal in your book of law, then you have to act on it, regardless of what your opinion is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you have to also trust the experts in your field and the people who advise you. If the military is saying that Julian Assange is an enemy of the state, then you have to comply with them, right? If you're a reasonable person who listens to your experts and your advisors, then you would comply.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of a like precarious position for citizens, right? Because citizens now it feels like there's a divide between the state and the citizenry because the state has its own information and then the people, like some people actually liked that they had some transparency now with some of the WikiLeaks, right? They were like, oh, so this is what the government is doing with this information. Like, oh, okay. Like it makes, well, now you see the internal machinations of what's going on.
Right.
And
it's finally like, okay, we're finally seeing behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Like, this is why I hate politics because I can't see behind the curtain.
Exactly.
But then when you get that little peep, then it's like, okay.
Yeah, and
I knew these motherfuckers weren't good.
I don't know, but that's kind of the problem. I know Obama ran on a transparency platform, and yet
exactly.
it's
But
kind
now
of like a 180, right?
Yeah, when you're the guy who controls all these people who are the ones who make things untransparent, then they're whispering in your ear and saying, they could be convincing him, the reason we have to do this is because, we have to do these things, in order to maintain power. You don't realize how much the government has to do shady shit to maintain our power.
No, I know that there's a level.
Bet it's hard.
Yeah, I know that there's a level of bureaucracy involved, right? So what I mean by bureaucracy is that there's a lot of internal windings and gears moving always. Even if there was no one at the helm, the gears would still be moving.
Yeah, but what's your point there?
So, like, for instance, a lot of people, what I'm tying it into is like the concept of the deep state. So, like, when people talk about most conspiracy theories, conspiracy
terms all the time though. Deep state.
Yeah.
State.
So conspiracy theorists.
It's like a word that almost makes me flinch just I hear with the conspiracy guys so much.
Yeah. So conspiracy theorists talk about the deep state.
Yeah, what does that mean?
So the deep state is honestly has always it's for lack of a better term, it's the bureaucracy. So by the bureaucracy, I mean like I said, the people that are in the machine at the federal state that occupy offices and have their own agendas typically. Mm-hmm. That whenever a new sitting president comes in, they're like, hey, this is how it is, man. Like, we got to run things this way.
Right.
Like, that's kind of the thing. But that's the bureaucracy. It's going to stay there because it's already a feature of our executive branch.
And that's what I think might have happened with Obama in that situation.
Yeah, I mean it rolled over from Bush, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't change a whole enterprise, right? You're a one man. The president doesn't have that much power.
Yeah.
His power
No.
I think Elon Musk said it best. It's like you're a captain trying to steer a giant ship with a tiny rudder.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how much he could change. The NSA was already a giant infrastructure by the time Obama came into office.
But that's the thing. Usually a lot of these things roll over because of the previous president.
Yeah.
So it's like each president usually has a legacy component.
Yeah.
They leave something behind.
Yeah. I think if Obama really wanted to, he might be able to disband it, but it might be worth more energy than it's... Or might take more energy than it's worth.
Disband what?
Like the NSA or some organization.
It would be
a major focus, probably.
Yeah.
And he'd have to be actively talking out against it and exposing it.
And here's the other issue. But here's the other issue. I know this is kind of conspiratorial, but the other issue is that you would effectively be kind of shitting on your intelligence.
Yeah, exactly.
Agencies.
Exactly.
And
so you're stepping on people's toes, and that's going to look real bad.
Yeah, I know. And then if you go against your intelligence agencies, right? Ideally, intelligence agencies like the CIA and FBI are tools for the executive branch, right? They're tools. They're supposed to carry out...
I want to be careful of you saying tools of the executive branch, though, because when that makes me think of Trump, it means a tool for Trump.
Well,
so the executive branch can be almost separate from the people. So really,
every
government body is a tool for the people in theory, But
it's still political because the presidents appoint these people. Like it's. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how many. Well, maybe in the CIA. I don't remember which executive intelligence agency is congressionally elected. I don't remember which one.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Whatever, too much.
Politics is all new to me.
Yeah, I've been paying attention for a while, but yeah, it's kind of I don't know. I forgot the point. Oh, we're talking about Assange, right, and everything.
Yeah, Julian Assange.
I honestly don't know how to bring it full circle. I don't know. Oh wait, no, wrong one.
You suck at picking the right one.
That's the one I was looking for. Combo break. Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa. Combo breaker.
Was that the camera?
I think so, but
it's all good.
Okay.
Leave it.
So
it's a test.
Combo breaker. So yeah, let's 180. So what
Yeah.
So what's up? What else? What else do we got? Unless you got any final thoughts on Assange. I mean,
let's see. Final thoughts on Assange. I think I like him. I like anybody that tries to expose the government for their atrocities and hold them accountable. I think he did a great sacrifice. I know he lives a shitty life now because of that.
yeah,
So I respect him.
same.
And I wish the best for him. I hope he finds a way to circumvent all this bullshit that they're going to put him through. Probably,
Yeah,
he's going to have to be on his toes for the rest of his life. It's not a great way to live, but he's a martyr
made a
for us.
sacrifice,
He's a martyr
yeah.
for the people. I think.
yeah, yep.
I think he'll live on in legacy. I hope.
Yeah, I think you will. I think. I mean, there probably already books, history.
Well, there's
books.
been movies already.
There you go. So he's
So-
already in the annals of history.
Yeah.
To
him, I hope it's worth it to him.
Yeah. Who knows? We'll see. Anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So, what
Yeah.
other? Do you have any more talking points? I guess.
I do.
Because I'm kind of like I can go anywhere, man. I had a full can of Monster, dude.
Oh shit.
Hell yeah! I've been up since 6:30 in the morning.
He's charged up.
So.
Juan is ready to
Let
go.
me hear it.
Let's see. So, podcast topics.
Fucking thing sucks.
Just give him some. Oh wait, no, not that one. Maybe that one.
Oh shit, bro! I can't open my fucking topics.
Oh wait, no, fuck!
There's a
I gotta
fail.
label these, man. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You son of a bitch.
Wow, no apps can perform this action.
Oh, it's fine, dude. It's fine. You know what? Let's
Stupid
off the
shit.
cuff, dude. Off the
Fucking
cuff.
thing really does suck.
Fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live.
Damn it.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
Yeah, Bill, go off, King. Yeah, man. Fucking. So, what else was in the news recently? That was
There's more politics, man.
You
I
know
don't wanna
what?
be
Hey, how about
saturating
this?
us
How
with
about this? So at
politics.
my old undergrad university, this student, she got kicked out. This became national headlines, but she got kicked out of of class because she was resting her feet in the lecture hall. She was resting her feet on the on the like the chairs that they have there, the
Yeah.
whatever. And it's in like an auditorium, and she called the campus PD. And
Wait, who
escorted
called
her
the
out.
campus PD?
The professor.
Okay.
And this was a black student.
Wow.
So it already became an issue of race immediately. And this is a white professor and a black girl, and she was just like, I mean, she cordially like exited, but
Right.
a lot of the students felt like it was kind of out of place for her to do that. The professor to just
This is undergraduate?
yeah.
How do you even kick people out of school at the college level? It's like, bitch, I pay for you.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
ain't kicking me out of my fucking class.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, totally. Like,
I would never leave a class in college.
you're like, I paid for this. My
Yeah,
parents
like-
paid for this, bitch.
Exactly. like,
Especially
I
if you
ain't
pay out
leaving.
of your pocket with loans and shit.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm paying
Hell no, I'm not
with
leaving.
interest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I don't know what I would do in that situation because I've done that. I've actually gone into a lecture and like just had my feet up. Some like, you know.
But not on the desk. That's a little disrespectful.
I mean, I don't know about on the it's a lecture hall, so it's kind of like the person in front
where
of you
they
is
like it's like a coliseum.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
you would
not
have
that
somebody's.
bad.
I know that's what I'm saying, but that's why it became a whole thing because they're like, was this professor's like
Racial motive or something.
how do I say it? The professor's reaction, was it racially?
Motivated.
Yeah. I mean, the student says that she apologized after the fact. So she said she wrote a letter to the professor and was like, and to the media saying, you know, I take some responsibility. I should have been a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, respectful, I guess, of the etiquette in the class.
Right.
And the professor, I mean, she said it wasn't like a racially charged thing, but I have a buddy of mine who works at the campus, and he was telling me that he's actually interacted with the professor, and the professor has an expectation of respect.
Right.
So
Yeah, I get a little bit annoyed by things like this because I get the girl being a little bit, angry about the situation, but like to contact the media immediately to me is like,
well, somebody posted
why
it.
do you have to make everything a racial
her.
issue?
It wasn't her though.
Oh, someone else did
Yeah,
for her.
People posted it, and so she had to.
People
like,
are
say
way
something.
too quick to like ascribe meaning to something without actually understanding any of the underlying motivations.
So the context, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
That's very damaging to me. Because then it makes people not even want to deal with anyone who's a minority because they're just afraid that they're going to get called out or some shit that has nothing to do with any racial undertones or anything.
Yeah.
Like, people need to analyze this situation better, and they need to take things step by step. You escalate a situation as much as you need to.
Right.
You don't immediately go for the jugular. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I kind of get annoyed by those kind of things.
It's a little bit of so you're saying maybe it's a little bit of give and take?
Yeah, and it sounds like the girl understood that. It's just someone else who just wanted to put a racial undertone on it.
Yeah.
Wanted to fucking go ham and get this teacher fired.
Like an outside observer kind of.
Yeah,
like,
it's just
like,
it's the whole movement we're in now. Immediately everybody's fired. Oh, the cameras look like they're off. Shit. They've completely retreated.
It's
Yeah.
like when they went flaccid, man.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out one day.
Yeah. I'm
It's
just
all
seeing if
good.
they
We
have-
can just leave it on.
Oh, they have plugins so you can plug them in for power.
Yeah. I wonder if they're out of battery.
I think they are.
You think so?
Yeah, because a lot of these things take
Like 30 minutes, that's it?
probably.
That's kind of weak. Okay. It's all good, though. We'll figure it out.
Anyway, yeah, and it was kind of. Yeah, it was weird. It was weird seeing my university. I don't know if they had any kind of controversial shit at your old university.
Yeah, racially.
Yeah.
There was one guy who drew a art piece or something, I guess you should say.
Yeah.
That had depictions of like the KKK and the Confederate flag, and he was kind of, I forget what it looked like, but the meaning behind the picture was he was kind of showing how the Confederate flag represents KKK ideals and anti-minority things.
Right.
And it was a huge deal in the school, and they had a whole forum for it, actually. And it was kind of nice because they let him speak, and everybody had a chance to actually talk about the painting because it was racially charged. People had some issues with it, but they actually held a seminar. I'm like, this is the way you do it. You don't go to the media and then blast somebody and then ruin their career. You have a discussion.
It's not hate, it's heritage. Just remember that.
Yeah, that's classic. Classic line.
How much is that? A lot of that is ignorance, isn't it? America doesn't.
Of course.
It's kind of funny.
Racism in general is mostly ignorance.
Right. I mean, I think a lot of I think me and Karina talk about this a lot because like we talk about like how I don't know, she has a unique perspective.
She does, really.
Because
she's got such an interesting perspective.
Yeah. Unfortunately for her, yeah. So anyway, like
maybe you can fill in why she does one.
Well, because
what's her situation?
Okay, her situation is unique because she's biracial, but she looks like her father. Like she's basically 70-something%. I guess maybe I shouldn't break it down. It's too much detail. But basically, she's biracial. So,
but she's easily looks white.
She
you
looks
would
like,
never think she's black. At all.
Yeah.
So she's like Blade. She's like a daywalker,
Yeah, exactly. So the issue is that, but she grew up around like black culture because of her mom and because of her relatives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
and she is black.
Like, yeah, I mean, she is genetically
crazily
black,
enough,
like more than you would imagine. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like she's got a unique perspective, and we talk a lot about how just different things because we watch TV shows, and a lot of TV shows nowadays are dealing with race and stuff. And like there was some things she works in Georgia and with some families that are
don't
really
give
white.
too much information.
Well, I'll just say that. But she works with people in Georgia that are mostly white, families.
Like affluent people, really affluent.
Yeah. And she was telling me how this one kid said that's racist or something to her, but
Who?
to her.
But who? What kid?
Some little
Where?
kid. No,
When?
that she no, I can't give that much
You're
detail.
confusing me though. Like, what is? Okay.
I can't give that much detail, but yeah, like this, she was talking to this kid, and this kid said that's racist to something that's not racist.
And is the kid white? I mean,
Yes,
what's the context?
the kid is white.
Okay.
So, and the kid said, yeah, that's racist, but she's like, that's not racist. Like, and in fact, I think a lot of kids, even kids in our generation, or in our generation, we also kind of grew up saying that's racist.
Right.
When
Anything
things
that
weren't-
mentions a race is racist.
right. And I think a lot of the connotation of racism is being overused, where people that actually went through racism and let's say like your grandparents, what I'm saying, that actually went through probably like actual racism. Now my grandparents and my parents, that have gone through it, and your parents have gone through it probably.
Like real shit.
Like real shit. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And to say that, some little stupid comment that you're saying, mentioning a race is racist.
Yeah.
And it's not. I mean, like there's a certain.
It all depends on what it is, though, of course.
Well, my thing is more about how there should be a correction of sorts, of saying like what things are prejudice, because you can correct prejudice for the most part.
What do you mean?
Like prejudice is about having misconceptions about a group of people that aren't necessarily true. So it's more about or believing in a stereotype as opposed to racism. Racism is like the extreme, where it's like my race is superior to another race, or you're looking down on another ethnic group or culture in that sense.
Okay.
That's my differentiator between the two.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people fall into the prejudice camp. There's a lot of people who are prejudiced, but might not be necessarily racist.
Okay.
So
Sounds a little bit like semantics to me, but perhaps
it's an important differentiator, because the thing is, I think this kind of goes into the political sphere, because you get people who maybe it pushes off people who are saying like the extreme liberals, right? Who say that's racist, when it's like there might be some administrator who's saying something that's maybe insensitive, but not necessarily racist.
Right.
Like saying Asian students score better in their tests or whatever, and
it's just a factual statement.
Right. But there would
Like there's an underlying analysis of why. Like it can start to get racist when you analyze it, but just a fact on the surface can't really be racist.
Right.
Because a fact is a fact, right?
Right. And maybe that person carries a prejudice of Asian people being
sure,
like,
but
smarter.
you cannot deduce any of that from that single statement.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
You're
so
saying
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Okay.
I just think people get too anxious and quick to jump on something when it's like they need to think more logically. There's steps and there's levels to these things. Like you can say a factual statement and it could skew towards something that you may not like, or that you understand there's more to that statement, but it doesn't mean that the fact that its surface level is wrong or something.
Right.
You have to be able to let the facts sit, understand that they're true, and then you can provide further explanation or go in more in depth into something if you think there's an issue with it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. What's your opinion on these like race realist people?
You have to enlighten me. I don't even know that.
So race realists are like this has been an obsession for like a lot of people on the right ever since Obama kind of became president.
Oh, I think I already see where this is going. Race realists, a.k.a. saying whatever the fuck we want based on stupid observations.
Based on statistics.
But give me a good definition.
So this is kind of what you were saying. Like what they say is kind of mirrors what you were saying a little bit.
AKA just racists. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Racial
yeah,
realists.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
changing the name again.
Yeah, they're trying to rebrand here.
Yeah, rebranding it.
So what race quote unquote realists say
Yeah.
is
Give me that
that
real
you know
talk.
you look at IQ scores and they
Exactly.
say
Exactly.
yeah. So phrenology. I think maybe
Yeah.
we talked.
This
about
is all.
that.
This is already that I'm expecting. Yeah, the quote unquote factual data.
Yeah. So and then this is like this Spencer. What is his name? What's his,
I don't
Spencer? What's
Ben
his-
Shapiro.
No. Spencer. What's his name?
Spencer.
Some fucking guy named Spencer, man.
I
He
don't
got
know, man.
punched. He's like a neo-Nazi, basically.
Oh, I don't know.
He's
any
got
of those guys.
neo-Nazi
They're too
beliefs.
extreme for me.
Yeah. Well, anyway, this fucking dude was like, people who want to build an ethno-state. People who say like white people should have their own country, black people should have their own country, everybody who looks different should have their own country.
Yeah, have fun with that. Imagine how boring that would be.
Oh God, I think there's a reason why people like living in cities.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
Cities are just so much better.
Oh hell yeah, dude. Hell fucking yeah,
Yeah.
man. I would take that over. Like the country life is simple and shit, but let's be real.
Yeah.
The city offers so many more conveniences.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's more fun.
it's just more fun, man. Like that's why people out in the country take like drug habits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right?
take
just
on-
get drunk and shit.
Get
Nothing
drunk,
to
do meth.
Right.
You know,
Hear
there's
their
nothing
uncle rant.
stimulating. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing
Yeah.
stimulating. You know, so
Fuck a goat. That'll stimulate you.
yeah, just just keep elevating the fucking, just keep pushing the bar every time.
Fuck your cousin. That'll stimulate you.
You're like, oh shit, I know I shouldn't be doing this, but my cousin,
Right.
she's so fine.
Jenny Sue. Marianne.
Damn, maybe that's why, man. Maybe they just aren't stimulated mentally enough. So they start doing really out of the world shit.
Dude, I'm sure.
You just get bored
Your
with
mind
being
just
around the
starts
same people.
coming up with something, anything.
Yeah, man. Damn.
People gotta have shit to do, man.
Yeah, I think the city is probably the best invention. I really do think the future is with like city states. Like we're kind of gonna go backwards a little bit because I think
like the city governs itself.
yeah, like the city is because before and if you look at history, I think city states were a lot more like common, because the idea of an overarching like levels of for one, we couldn't support the level of government that we have today because we've supported like capitalism and stuff, and that's kind of brought on higher levels of government to be funded or whatever.
Yeah.
So in the city state, it's kind of you just have a government that rules a city and that's about it, right?
So I kind of maybe could agree with that in a little bit, but I think our world is getting smaller actually. So I think we have so many things that need to be standardized, like because the world is so small, you can go to China in, a day.
Yeah.
You can go to all these places, within relatively short time frames, and you need standardization. So because of that, I think there won't be what you're saying. It's going to be more of an overarching government because the world is smaller.
Right. No, I kind of I agree with you in that sense that the effect of economic globalization will probably push us in that direction. But I think cities will start, well, not cities, but people will start to get frustrated because like they're not going to be, maybe they might feel like there's too much overarching like rule from the top kind of thing.
That may be
If
true, but
that's-
I
if
think
that's
that's
a
the way it's
problem.
going to go.
If the,
Just things have to be standardized to a
no,
level,
I
right?
agree. I think there has to be a level. People are always going to want a level of standardization, and at
Yeah.
least
And it's easier.
and commerce calls for that. I think for
Yeah.
for the most part,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you
Well,
want
money
to
drives
grease you want to grease the gears a little bit to kind of make the flow of money easier, right? Have
Right.
standards all throughout. So so yeah, I mean, I just think that people will probably flirt with the idea. I know that there are certain thinkers or people that are trying to experiment with different forms of government. For instance,
Yeah.
like people putting cities on like platforms in the ocean.
We're getting silly now.
No, I'm not kidding. Like there are actually people that want to do that.
Like, how is that gonna work?
Technologically,
your city just flips over.
No. Actually,
capsizes. My city capsized. I lost my home.
Lost everything. No. These are platforms that move with the ocean. So, but they're like
really advanced.
Yeah. The idea is that you want to be able to experiment with different forms of government, because right now we kind of stopped.
Why is that a different form of government? Sorry to stop you.
No. We can that gives us the freedom to experiment with different forms of government.
Oh, because you can build a whole city on untapped land, essentially.
Exactly.
That sounds super expensive. Who would fund that?
I think, well, for one, capitalists, because if for instance,
private people.
Yeah. So if for instance, well, because like for one, Microsoft I think bought a whole fucking town. In Arizona or something. You
know what I've just discovered?
What's up?
You can buy an island for $300,000.
Really?
Isn't that fucking amazing?
That is amazing.
Like a normal person could afford that.
Yeah. In a lifetime, you could.
Yeah,
I mean, in a lifetime,
easily buy an island.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm sorry to interrupt.
But that kind of gives you an idea of like, people. Well, the thing is, government right now as we have it is landlocked. Mm-hmm. Everything is landlocked. You cannot start a fucking government anywhere because there's some already claimed to a piece of land. So what these venturing capitalists want to do is actually start like cities on like platforms and shit.
Just to kind of really expensive.
Well, because they want to play with the idea of, what does a city look like without, regulation, or without, what I'm saying.
The thing is, if you start
a fully automated city, like what does a fully automated city look like? What does a city with no labor look like? What is that?
I feel like it'd be cheaper just to buy an island.
Oh, hell yeah.
Why would you go through all that?
Because I think...
Like, you probably have to invent new technologies.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Sounds extremely expensive.
But then again, I don't know, man. I'm not a capitalist, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not one of these people, man. I don't know. Maybe we should have some of those people on. Maybe.
Yeah, it'd be cool, but I'm highly skeptical of how that would go down.
Yeah. So, I mean, so am I. But I hope that I kind of agree with the argument that there should be. We should have a little bit more experimentation because we're kind of stuck.
Yeah, we do feel a little stuck, don't we?
Yeah, we are. Like politically.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
We're kind of thinking. Stuck on we haven't necessarily integrated technology into our government.
We're trying, but it's going to be a slow process, I think.
Yeah, but that's why I'm like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there needs to be kind of a, yeah. I mean, people are afraid of technocracy, and I get it. But we need to at least experiment, and but it goes back to the bureaucracy of things and the deep state, and how, it would be really hard to do something like that in our current form and structure, right?
Yeah. We don't like change. Change is tough.
It's a lot of institutional inertia. Yeah.
It makes sense, though. You don't want to make frivolous changes and uproot your whole system.
Exactly. I mean, if it's working, right?
Yeah.
So,
but the thing is, it usually isn't working for someone. So we're trying to fix it to make it work for that someone without destroying everything else.
Right. Yep. So, damn, why do we always talk about politics, man?
I know. It's a little heavy on politics this time around, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's... I wish we could just not talk about politics, but Trump is kind of...
Yeah.
Trump likes to make it all about him, doesn't he?
Yeah. But I think it's okay. I think we should just talk about whatever we feel.
Yeah, you hear that? No, just kidding. Hear that, people?
We shouldn't contrive ourselves by trying to limit ourselves to something. But we could mix it up a little bit,
Yeah, man.
Talk about
because I love talking about culture and shit. Not necessarily about politics. I'm jaded from politics.
Yeah, I'm a little bit too, but I try not to be too jaded. I got to keep active. It's important to do something about it.
No, yeah, I think my hands are tied. Obviously, I have different plans for my life than to just
Yeah.
be involved with politics.
Yeah, I want to touch and go as much as I can, but
Yeah.
you know, sometimes you gotta fucking.
Dude, I would hate to be a politician, man.
I know it'd be horrible, horrible life.
I would really fucking hate
I'm
it.
campaigning and
I think-
bullshitting my way through life.
I think I would be good. Like,
You think?
I think I would be good. I have some sensible platforms that I
Mhm.
can take.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, especially
problem.
allowing more people. Huh?
So that's the problem.
What do you mean?
You have sensible platforms. You gotta
Yeah.
be batshit these days to have any
Yeah,
kind of
to win.
qualification.
I know, right? Go to the extreme.
Yeah.
We should fucking like, for one, like I think all states should probably just legalize.
What, marijuana?
Yeah,
We're getting to that, I think.
I know. but
Canada
how do you-
just the entirety of Canada just legalized weed.
I know. Michigan,
Like it's a matter of time, bro.
fucking
Washington D.C.'s got decriminalized weed, I think at least.
Yeah. Colorado actually
Yeah,
elected
it's
their
coming,
first.
man. It's coming.
Well,
This is the shift.
I was gonna say Colorado elected their first openly gay governor.
No shit. They're
Like-
just super liberal. I love Colorado.
Colorado's crazy, man. It's I love it, man. It's kind of crazy because I know that I have friends there that say that the state is very. It's kind of liberal, but it's a little bit. It's like liberalism removed from any, like,
Businesses.
because there's no minorities there, basically.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's like minorities are kind of this thought in people's heads. Like,
Right.
They're out there struggling somewhere.
Maybe that's why they're so liberal, because they haven't had to deal with minorities.
And that's why all the southern states are Republican,
Right.
because they deal with minorities. It's like, let's get them out of here, man.
Right.
They're too
Sick
much.
of these motherfuckers.
These people are too damn much, man. We gotta get them the fuck out. Yeah, damn. What's in the culture, man? What's going on in the culture?
The culture.
Yeah, what's going on in the culture?
You mean like hip hop? Or you mean like
general,
what?
dude? Culture, man. Culture.
I don't know, man. We
I'm
were
trying to think of what's going on. Like, ooh,
It's all good. My
Yeah.
phone's very robust. Just drop my phone for the listeners. That quality content right
hell
there.
Yeah. No, I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe I'm a little slow because just,
I thought you were juiced, Juan.
I am
with
juiced.
your,
Maybe it's crashing, man. I'm just crashing
Beaver
right now.
drink over there. You got a little
Crashing
beaver
right now.
koozie on your Monster.
This is a
Is that a woodchuck or what is
it's a
that?
Texan symbol of pride.
That's a
it's,
goofy pride symbol.
It's a whatchamacallit, Buc-ee's.
I don't.
I think he's
never
a
heard of a
woodchuck.
Bucky.
Buc-ee's is like a famous gas station in
Oh,
Texas. So it's kind of
you redneck as fuck. Juan.
Hell yeah, man. That's what I'm saying, you know. Actually, I don't know that many. The Texan accent is a little strange.
Yeah, it's not like typical Southern.
It's not.
Like
kind
Texas
of,
is its own breed, man. Like they're the
It really
South,
is.
but they're like a derivative of the South.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we really are. Like, culturally, I think.
y'all are your own fucking thing.
Because I know that so is any other state. Like, Louisiana Southern is
Yeah.
also strange.
But it's just you guys, man. It's like Louisiana and Texas are like their own fucking breed as shit.
You don't think? I mean, Georgia's also. Well,
Nah, Georgia's
Alabama,
like
you think-
classic Southern. Alabama's classic Southern.
yeah, I guess you're right.
They're
I
just
don't know-
different levels.
Yeah. Or
But in
the-
Alabama and Georgian would get along great.
yeah.
They're not that different.
Oh, true. If you put an Alabama
With a Georgian, they'll be in the same
yeah,
like realm.
yeah,
The Alabama would just be a little bit more hillbilly,
yeah, probably.
but it's not that crazily different.
True. Yeah, because I
Texan,
think
they're like, "What the fuck are you?
yeah. True, man.
You're Southern, but
Fucking weird, man. I think because we used to be our own country before.
yeah." Is that what really happened?
Yeah, we were.
Is that
Texas
the
was
Alamo shit?
independent. That's kind of the well, the Alamo has to do with like Texas fighting for its independence, basically fighting for its independence from
Mexico.
Spain and Mexico, or whatever.
Okay.
And the Alamo was kind of like the last stand. They
Mm-hmm.
they knew, the people defending the Alamo knew they were going to die, but they did it anyway.
Mm.
And that's a symbol of sacrifice and pride. I mean, not for me. Those are my ancestors dying. You know. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, actually, nah. None of my ancestors were there. I'm not a. There's families in Texas that have been there, fucking years, man. But they're already so whitewashed.
Yeah.
Like,
no one remembers anything after like.
Like that's why you see a lot of
years.
that's why you see a lot of Hispanic people that are like, legitimately. Like have forgotten, don't even know Spanish or anything. They just, they say their last names like Ted Cruz, right?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Ted Cruz type people. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
He's far gone.
Like
He's a bootstrap motherfucker.
his family moved from whatever fucking country to Canada and then moved back to. We'll move to the States, to Texas specifically. What a shapeshifter, man! I fucking hate Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't want to talk about.
I hate those dudes that are always like, I pulled myself up by my bootstraps. Like they had no help.
Oh, I feel
I'm like,
yeah,
you
I hate those
fuckers
dudes.
are so full of shit.
Yeah, I do.
And they just completely forgot where they came from. Hey,
I think
good
I
for them,
get it though. I think I
Living
get
that
it.
delusion.
I think I get it because for them they had to, you don't get a lot of help when you live in isolation.
Yeah.
And you're like, I did this all on my own.
Right. But everybody has help. No man is an island.
Oh, it's easy to see that when you live like in a city with people and everything, and you grow up in a society of like people always constantly helping each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, arguably getting paid for it, but still, like they're helping each other.
Yeah.
And but people out in the country and shit, they're like, I do everything myself. You know.
Right. But they
So-
didn't.
I mean, yeah, but that's kind of I get the mentality. I can kind of see how you come to that position.
Yeah.
If you live in isolation, you literally have to do everything for yourself and don't
Right.
have to rely on anybody. And you're like, why can't everybody do this?
Right.
It's like no one has the opportunity to do what you do. Number
Mhm.
two, who wants to be forced in a situation like that? It sounds fucking miserable.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I just don't like their attitude.
Yeah, I don't like them either, man. But that's why I think I'll always live in a city. And even if I don't live in a city, I would live out in the country that's like in the Pacific, coast,
Yeah.
where they're a lot more liberal and like Oregon or something, or Washington.
You're right.
Well, I heard Oregon has like Nazis and shit too, but
Really? They're probably sick of all those fucking Portland kids, hipsters. They're like, fuck it, we got to do something about this.
dude,
Time to break out the Nazi
you know what's
uniforms.
crazy? Yeah, I know, right? Just decrease the property value.
Yeah.
Like, well, time to put on that Nazi uniform.
It's the great balance of the world, Juan.
Yeah, man. No, I heard Oregon's kind of cool because I think they do an annual naked bike run.
What?
Yeah. Do you know that?
No, they're so
They
out
do a
there.
marathon. Yeah, they do like a marathon of just naked bike riding.
That sounds horrible.
Well, unless you have supermodels there.
Oh, well, that's wishful thinking.
But
It's going to be just
dude.
1,000 dudes out there looking to see tits. Where are they at? Where are they at?
I think boobs don't look that graceful when they're
That's
running.
true.
They're
That's
kinda just
true.
like flopping.
Yeah.
Everything moving.
But a boob is a boob, Juan. You're going to look.
Yeah, I guess.
Or an
yeah,
ass
I'm
is
gonna
an
look.
ass. You're going to look.
I'm gonna look. But I kind of appreciate it because I think that's.
Plus, how do you run with a boner? That's kind of annoying.
I think it hurts.
Or ride a bike with a boner.
I've done it.
That sounds
I've
terrible.
run. Don't ask how.
But maybe you get more aerodynamic.
Don't ask why I ran with a boner, but I did.
I hope you weren't chasing anyone. And that's how you met Karina.
Somebody called the cops. Somebody called the cops and just like, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
No. I commend them because I think that's the only fucking place that I've heard of in America that does something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You've
it
never
sounds
heard
like
anybody
illegal.
else, right, doing
Sounds
that?
illegal. Like
I like how you're like, it
nude
sounds.
in public?
Yeah, dude.
Public
Like
nudity.
the city. Like literally the city makes an event out of
I
it.
guess it's easier to get away with illegal shit when you have a whole group that does it.
Oh, I mean, come on, man. That's the whole
'Cause
point
that's
of
like-
society.
Yeah, because that's like the 420 the 420 festivals in Georgia I used to go to.
Yeah.
I was always like, how's this legal? And I would ask people around. They're like, well, it's not. They're like, they just kind of turn the other cheek. And the
That's
police see it
awesome.
as a waste of resource. Like they had security there. Meanwhile, you have a bunch of people just getting high all in the park.
Wow, dude.
And I'm just like, they figured it out. You just need a giant group of people to do something illegal.
They
and
can't
then
get
it's
all of us.
legal. Yeah, it's like they can't get them all. And the security guards are just like, fuck it.
Hey, we're paid by the venue, so we're not.
Yeah,
gonna
they're
force
like,
anything.
we're satisfied.
Yeah.
It's really interesting how that works, right?
Yeah.
Like if you had a giant murder festival where you just murdered a couple people.
People have agreed to murder each other here
Right.
beyond this point. If you cross this line, you agree to be murdered.
And the police are like well, it's a
Hey,
waste of
they signed up for
resources.
Well, yeah, I wish things were like that a lot more. But
It's funny how morality is subjective, depending on the
number
group,
of
how
people.
many people there are.
yeah, you get to define the rules, man.
Right.
And, you have a large group of people.
Yeah, man, it's kind of
Uh,
crazy. It's how Hitler came. It's crazy how that works.
Oh yeah. man.
Majority rules.
Hell yeah. Majority rules. But yeah, I would want to go to that though. The run.
Really,
Yeah.
balls flapping in the wind.
I'd want to see it at first and maybe partake as
Yeah.
an old man. As an old man, as a youngin, nah.
As a youngin,
As a youngin, nah, I can't do that, man. Can't do
wait, you
that.
just want to creep?
I mean, I would want to see what it's all about. But then maybe next year I might go.
Yeah.
Maybe when my kids are out of college and I can.
Oh,
Or out
so you want to be
out
all
of
those
college.
old guys that just loves being naked.
Freedom. 'Cause that's really freedom. Like, let's
That
be
is
real.
American freedom right there.
Can you imagine if you were running naked and then with a gun strapped to your back? It's America right there. Just an AK, just fucking.
Yeah, that'd be the Texas naked run.
Yeah, I'm exercising my rights.
Right.
Wink, wink.
It'd be an AK-40 or AR-15 strapped to their back.
And then wear a bow tie. And then
And a 10-gallon
just a bow
hat.
tie. No, yeah, bow tie, 10-gallon hat, and just be like, and then of course the gun on your back, and just be like, I'm classically liberal. I'm liberal. I don't wear any clothes. I'm free.
Right, a Texas liberal.
Yeah, I'm Texas liberal. That's right. Actually, dude, fucking Austin could do something like that. I bet you anything. Yeah.
Because they're the most liberal in Texas, aren't they?
Yeah, I think. Well, Austin's like, I wouldn't say so. I mean, the Texas Democrat is kind of, and in any other place would be a conservative. I think would be regarded as a conservative, but yeah, I think for the most part, yeah, it's kind of fairly liberal. But so is any other city like Houston, San Antonio, whatever. Damn, Georgia kind of sucks, right? Because you guys only have Atlanta.
Yeah.
Athens doesn't count.
I was going to break up a topic on that, but I think we're cutting it close on time.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe we should even wrap it up.
Yeah, let's do that. All right. You know what? I got a very special closing audio to this, and it's this. Oh wait, no, not that one. Oh, that's to censor ourselves, by the way. So if you want to be like, yeah, I told that to him.
I don't censor myself. Fuck that.
What'd you say?
I said, fuck that. Don't censor me.
Yeah, I control it, man. I'm gonna no. Anyway, I went ahead and got this one because this was included in my little audio clipping here, but this is how we're gonna close
You're
it out.
building it up. Come on.
I don't know what that means, to play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?